Yo, what is good, Killer Squad? Hitman here, back with another video. So today we're doing another series of 200k or less. We're doing a small ball lineup. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be roasting me, you're copying Bobby Buckets, but me and Bobby, we talked about this. Recently, we've thought about this completely separately, and coincidentally, we had the same idea, but his is under a million, mine is 200k or less, which is basically the same. So we're gonna start it off today. So first of all, let's like over 200 likes, and let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with me of any of these picks. We got a lot of them. We got a lot to go to. Let's start with the point guard position. We're gonna do a small ball lineup, and under 200k, there's some good ones. I usually do a lot of this basically during my Wheel of Baller is very similar as well. So a point guard position, you can actually for 200k, your boy Jeremy Lin or Damian Lillard. So right now, Jeremy Lin is the one you can guarantee get for less than 200k, but I would probably get either him or Damian Lillard. Lenny Wilkerson, not the biggest fan, but between Jeremy Lin or between Damian Lillard, even Westbrook might be nice, but no. But I like my 3-point, so he has a 78 3-point, but Damian Lillard pretty solid, 85 3-point. Jeremy Lin is cheap as well. You probably can get him for 120k, 100k or so. Elfrid Payton, if you guys want to pick him up, it's good for the boost. Although he doesn't have the best 3-point, he has everything else is really good. 91 dribbling, 91 passing, 91 speed, and his speed and the plus 3-point boost and his speed boost is really good in a small ball lineup. You can definitely get him for less than 200k. But I highly recommend it for Jeremy Lin. You want to pay 120k, but if you want to go a little higher, Damian Lillard is probably your best bet. I'd rather get Damian Lillard over Westbrook. There's another Damian Lillard here too. It's not as good. Honestly, between this Damian Lillard and this Damian Lillard, I'd rather have basically this one, just because it seems to be more rare of a pull. So we're going to see if there's anything slightly cheaper. But yeah, those are probably the best one you get. If I would rank them by price, I would go Damian Lillard first, and I would go Jeremy Lin and Westbrook, and then Elfrid Payton if you want to get the higher overall, because these rising star players will get boosted up, and your team will be really good. So that's pretty solid. Now we're going to switch to the shooting guard position. There is some good shooting guard positions right here. So obviously the number one pick, we're going to talk about during promos. There's definitely going to get this Klay Thompson you can get for less than 200k. It was an 89 overall. I don't think there's any other doubt that you should pick him up. Joe Dumars is really good as well for 91 overall. You can get him for less than 200k. But in my opinion, I think Klay with an 89 3-point, he has also a 73 defense, which is pretty dirty. They've done him dirty is what I meant to say. An 82 shooting, but bottom shooter, Klay is the best one to get. CJ McCollum also, but he's more rare. You're probably not going to find him as often, but I'm talking about Klay Thompson. I'm personally going to, if I were you guys, I'd get Klay Thompson. 91 Joe Dumars is actually not bad as well. If you can find him, he's also very rare. CJ McCollum as well, if you can find him, he's also very rare. But I recommend, if you want to save a little less coins, we can go up down to 88 overall. You can get a few players. Where is it? We can get James Harden, but for the price of James Harden, you can get just Klay. I'd rather say Klay, but James Harden is going for 100k or so that's not bad. Joe Johnson for the shooting guard position is actually really solid. He's also going for 100k. He gets that 87 3-pointer. So if you want to save a little less, go to 110k, 100k. You might be able to get a Joe Johnson. There's also supposed to be a J.R. Smith who's an 87 overall. Where is he? He's 87 overall. Ooh. You can get John Stark, which is not bad, but I'm not a big fan. So between that, I would get Klay or I get Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson is cheap as well. If you want to save even more money, you get 87 overall. Go to Eric Gordon. These guys are going for like less than 100k. It's ridiculous how cheap these guys are. You can get J.R. Smith, which is really solid, 84 3-point, 80 almost every. But Eric Gordon with 93 point is probably your best bet for an 87 overall. So that's what we're going to talk for shooting guard. Now let's go to the small forward position. If we're going to 100k or less, I'm not a big fan of getting these base players. You already know I'm not a big fan about that. So we're going to go 88 and up. I believe you can get an Aaron Gordon. This is the hardest position to get because everything is not amazing and everything is super cheap. Like I said, Carmelo, 88 overall. Very expensive in my opinion. More expensive than I like. If you want to get it overall wise, it's probably the best buy overall wise. But if we're going to go down to 87 overall, you can get Kyle Korver. Let me see if I can find him out here. Kyle Korver right here. Pretty solid stats. 93 point, which is really good. 83 passing, 84 dribbling. So 87 overall, you can get him for 100k or so. Even less than that. Let's see, 140, 100k. We can probably find him 100k. If you want to get one of these base players, I would pick up Kevin Durant. 82 3-point, Golden State. But other than that, small ball lineup. Not a big fan of LeBron. 3-point, not the best. Kawhi Leonard as well, not the best. So it's either Kevin Durant or you want to pick up Carmelo. If you want to spend a little more, personally, I would just get Kyle Korver. Just get a 93 point, which is really solid. So those are the small forward. If you want to go up higher, that's what you want to do. But this position-wise, I think Kyle Korver is the best one to get. So let's go to the power forward, which is also another very hard one to go to. So Magic Johnson, very good stats overwise. No good passing, but he's tall. He's like 6'9". And he has 89 dribbling, 84 shooting, 88 passing, which is really good for a power forward. He is definitely cheap. You can get him for less than 100, 160. Probably like, yeah, less than 100. So you get him for 100. Markieff Morris is not a big fan. If you can find a DeMarcus Cousins, he's really good. He gets +4, +3 to your defensive boost. So if you can find DeMarcus Cousins, but again, he's a little more rare. Markieff Morris, not bad if you want to shoot the 3. He has 82 overall. Again, he'll be less than 100. Personally, I would rather get Kevin Love. Again, we're talking about all these special players. You can probably most likely find Kevin Love with the 85 3-point for 150K or so. That's how much you want to spend for him. 85 3-point is pretty solid. 88 overall. There's a bunch of them in the auction house, so you can easily get these guys. So those are basically the ones I want to get for you guys. If you want to go for more than 100K, you get for Kevin Love. If you want less, you go Markieff Morris. If you can find some of those other players, like I mentioned, Magic Johnson, I would go for Magic Johnson just because he has better overall passing stats. He's basically a point guard playing the power forward position. So finally, the center position for 200K or less is also really hard. You can get this player right here easily. I think it's the best one you can get is DeAndre Jordan. He's definitely going to cost you less than 100K, 120K, 100K if you're lucky. Right here, you guys can see 110K. It's a pretty snipe, 100K. So he's really good. Tyson Chandler is not bad as well. Center-wise, you want to get someone who's tall. He's like close to 7 feet, 7'1". He's got 89 defense, which is really good. You most likely won't find him too often. Marcus Cousins, not my favorite. 6'11", which is okay. 84 defense. I would rather get Tyson Chandler if it was him. If you want to save money, you go with DeAndre Jordan, 110K. If you want to spend a little more, Paul Gasol is actually really good. He has 73 point, 81 shooting, 85 defense. If you can find one for 200K, I would definitely buy Paul Gasol. It's a good price. Now, if you want to save a little less, if you want to go down to 87 overall, there is a Brook Lopez you can probably pick up for 150K. 150K, not worth it. 100K, worth it. So you get him for 80K. Brook Lopez, not bad. 85 defense. In my opinion, I would just spew out a little more for the DeAndre Jordan, 88 overall. He is really good. I think he's like 7 feet, 6'11". Not 7 feet yet. But honestly, in real life, he's 7 feet. Paul Gasol is not bad. Look, he's good, 3.66, which is not bad for a center. But in my opinion, I would definitely pay up for the small forward position, pay up for the power forward position, maybe the center position. Point guard, shooting guard are super cheap. So those are basically my picks for the Budget Beast players. To be honest, it is a hard lineup to work on. But it's fun if you want to save. It's cost you less than $5 million to have a 90 overall. It cost me $4 million to make a 90 overall on my Wheeler Baller account. So yeah, it's not that bad. All right, that's it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And don't forget to let me know in the comments down below if you guys agree or disagree with me. If there's any players you think you could get for 200K, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see my latest videos, come to your right side of the screen. If you haven't yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and make videos on the daily. All right, I'm out. I'll see you guys next time. Kill it!